Hello friends, welcome back. So in this lecture, I'll letting you know about the journal entries and the journal vouchers in Tally. So as you know and aware about all the vouchers like your purchase voucher, sale voucher, contra entries, receipt voucher, payment voucher. Now you are left with your main voucher. The next main voucher is journal voucher. So what kind of entries are called are posted in journal voucher? So let's see. In this lecture, we will be looking forward that how you will be able to do the journal entries in journal voucher and what kind of journal entries are to be posted in journal voucher. So for that, first of all, you need to know what is journal voucher. See, journal voucher in Tally is a very important voucher that is used to make all kind of adjustment entries. What is called adjustment entries? See, first we had done the sale entry, that is cash sale or credit sale with the sale voucher, cash purchase or credit purchase with the purchase voucher, receipts, that is any incoming in bank or in the form of cash is under receipt voucher, any outgoing from bank or cash then it will come under our payment voucher, and the bank cash entries, that is those who are directly related with in cash and bank had gone under your contra entries. So what's about voucher, journal voucher? That is about adjustment entries. What kind of adjustment entries? Here adjustment entries means that those entries that gives or helps us to give the accurate financial result of a company, and or in other words I can say which is not made by any other accounting vouchers are made by this voucher. For example, you have your rent expense payable, that is your outstanding expenses, your prepaid expenses, those have not done yet, those entries are posted in journal voucher. Let's see an example. See, for example, it has different scenarios. First, I'm explaining you about outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses are expenses that are due but not paid. So in what kind of voucher you will post this entry? Do you post it in sales? No. Purchase? No. Receipts? No. Payments? No. Contra? No. So in which voucher it will go? It will go to journal voucher. See, usually rent bill, electricity bill, newspaper or subscription fees, salary for the month of March is paid on April, that is in the next financial year. And but as per going concern principle, expenses should be recorded in the March itself. So as to get an accurate financial report or profit of a complete financial year, we have to post these entries in journal voucher, as these are generally called the adjustment entries or the entries that are booked for that particular year. So in this scenario, we use journal entry at the end of the March by debiting that particular expenses that is outstanding, that is your rent expense, electricity expense, newspaper subscription fees for the month of March, salary for the month of March, and so on, and will credit the payable ledger, that is our outstanding, the liability ledger in the credit side, that is your expense payable. So this is how our entry comes to electricity expense account debit to electricity expense payable account. Electricity expense will go under our direct or indirect expense as per the scenario, and electricity expense payable will go under our current liabilities. Are you clear? Likewise, we have some more examples for the adjustment entries, like we can post the adjustment entries in journal voucher for correction of any wrong entry that we had passed in the books of account. We can reverse that particular entry through journal voucher. To recognize the accrued income, you can post the journal entry, the adjustment entry. To record your prepaid expenses, so the entry will become prepaid rent expense account debit, that will go under your current assets, and the rent expense will get credited. And for any kind of transfer entry, you can post that particular entry through adjustment entry in the journal voucher as well. So let's see how to record those type of journal entries in journal voucher. I'm coming back to Tally, and here you can see we have Ranch Corporation. Now I'm creating two ledgers over here, like I'm creating rent expense under my indirect expenses and then accepting the screen, and another I'm creating rent expenses payable account under my current liabilities and then accept the screen. So where I have to post this entry, go to voucher screen and here just simply press F7. Now what you need to do, you have to debit your rent expense. I am creating here for 10,000 and you just credit here your rent expense payable account, and you can give here rent expenses outstanding for the month of November 2020. All right, and accept the screen. So this type of entries are basically made at the end of March, but you can also book these entries for your prior month as well. This is how you can post all your journal entries and your adjustment entries. See, we can post the journal entry, the adjustment entry for our taxes as well, the input tax credit, where we adjust the output tax and the input tax. So these type of entries we'll look forward in our GST lectures. Likewise, you can create another entries for electricity expense payable or salary payable. I'm creating two more ledgers over here. Salary expenses under my indirect expenses and another one salary expenses payable account under my current liabilities and accept the screen. Now again go to voucher screen. Here you have to take your salary expenses. I'm changing the date to 1st of March 2020 and here I'm taking it 2020, 1st December I'm taking. Provide here your amount, then credit salary expense payable. Is it done? So we have as salary is booked for the month of November 2020. You can give the narration and enter and accept. Is this clear to you? Now you can see in your balance sheet as well. When you go here and press Alt F1, now you can see under your current liabilities, your liabilities for this financial year will arise in your books of accounts, and in the next year in the opening balance sheet as well, you can see there are some expenses, those you have to pay at the end, but you had not still paid, but you had booked it. So this is the reason why we are creating this ledgers, why we are creating the entry, posting the entries in journal voucher to get the accurate and appropriate results in the financial accounts and in the financial reports to get the appropriate profit. If we don't post over here the expenses, then we will not reach to our appropriate the exact amount of profit. So I hope you are understood with the journal voucher, and thanks.